My fiance kept our relationship a secret from her friend because he had a crush on her. My now ex-fiance, 30 female, and me, male 27, got engaged 3 weeks ago. Congrats. We've been dating for 5 years and finally got the money to give her the wedding she wanted. Well, 3 days ago, we were discussing our guest list and I asked if she wanted to invite her best friend. Let's call him James, male 30. James lives in another state, but since they were friends for 10 years, I thought I could even pay for his travel expenses since it would be great to have her best friend at the wedding. By the way, this comes from Visible Broccoli 381 on the OKstorytime subreddit. So, she denied, saying that it would take a lot of work to bring him and she wanted it to be a family event. Countless times she mentioned that James was like family to her, so I insisted. She got annoyed and said I didn't even tell him we were engaged. But he's like, family to you? That took me by surprise. I tried to ask her why, but she started stonewalling me, and I left her alone. After a couple of hours, I tried to ask her again why she hasn't told him we were engaged, and she still refused to answer me. I admit my insecurities got the better of me. In the past, James had confessed he had feelings for her, which she turned down and basically friend-zoned him. But by the way, she told me it always sounded like she had him as a backup, something not only me, but her exes realized. She married him online. They always made the World of Warcraft characters look like a couple, like wearing the same transmog and crap like that. When she had a fight with her exes, he was always there for her, and etc. I told her that made me uncomfortable, and if she was not planning to tell him, she might as well consider herself single, because I would not marry someone who couldn't be on it. That's fair. I mean, why can't she tell him? Yes, I was pretty immature, but she did something even more immature. She texted him while showing me her phone, something like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm engaged, but not anymore." I told her to pack her things and leave my house. Ever since she's left, she's been calling me, but I refused to answer. My mom called me because she apparently called my mom and said that I was an a-hole for ending things for such a ridiculous thing. So am I the a-hole. OP didn't end things, though. Hey guys, I just got home after talking to my still ex-fiancé, and since a lot of people asked for an update, here it is. I want to clarify a few things. As commented on my original post, I pay for the house since I bought it before dating her, and I asked her to move in since it was close to her job. I work from home since I'm in tech, but she had to go to work. That's why I paid for her car to help her commute. And honestly, her salary is crap. I was her partner, so I didn't see any problem with that. I thought she was the one, despite everything. She is smart, funny, we had chemistry, but I felt betrayed. To the update! We met at a coffee shop on the premise we would discuss how to save our relationship. At least that's what she thought. A little, what's the word?
A little trap has been laid.
Trap, yes.
A little scheme is afoot.
As soon as we sat down, I asked to see their messages. She got defensive immediately and told me she had deleted everything. I asked to see her phone anyway. She started to cry, ugly cry, asking me to stop. At that point, I had already decided I was not going to be part of the relationship anymore. But dang, I was curious. Took a good 20 minutes for her to hand me her phone, a lot of crying, even a waitress asking if she was okay.
You know what this sounds like to me? I'm going to just
say it.
I hope that no one gets mad at me about this. It sounds like, you know what? No, I'm not even going to. I know that this girl is emotionally manipulative.
Oh, yeah.
100,000%.
So I read the messages. There wasn't any cheating like spicy pics being exchanged, them professing their love for each other, but what I read still stung. There was a lot of crap talking about me. A lot. Texts of them saying how terrible of a person I was, criticizing my hobbies. I like video games and pro wrestling, saying I wasn't a real man because of them and stuff like that. But there were two topics that caught my eye. One where she had told him I was having trouble getting it up, and that was frustrating for her. And one where she was complaining about how she didn't want to be stuck in our relationship.
Hey, you think that's frustrating for you?
OP's the one stuck.
You might. Sorry.
Come on. What?
I'll just leave it at that.
Yes, I was having problems in bed because I was sad because my father had passed away 6 months ago, and the stuck thing, I remember telling her that when we got married, if she wanted, she could leave her job and I would provide for both of us. I don't know if she took this the wrong way, but I guess it was related to that. I honestly don't know. By the time I gave her the phone back, she was already giving excuses on why she was saying those things to him, how he was like a therapist for her. And then she asked me, "Don't you complain about me to your friends?" And I simply replied, no, I don't. Yeah. I'm so frustrated by this. I genuinely think that there are certain elements where you can ask for advice in a relationship to your friends and you can talk about it.
Of course.
But you shouldn't be complaining about your partner to your friends. She started crying again. I took a pretty deep breath and just said, just give me the ring back. I didn't have the ring with me like some suggested. She hesitated a bit, but gave it to me anyway. I stood up and asked her to delete my number and to not bother me anymore.
Wow.
I called her mom and asked her to pick up her daughter's stuff at my place. Her mom is a good person. I'm just realizing I'm going to miss her as I write this. She understood why I decided to end it, but she didn't ask much. And to be honest, I'm glad she didn't. As for my mom, I didn't call her. I just blocked her for things unrelated to this post. I just realized she never had my back in anything. I was always trying to save an already failed mom-son relationship. Well, yeah, it seems like it's crazy that your girlfriend who sucks mom is better than your mom. Like your mom and your ex-girlfriend were like in on it.
Mom does not have your back.
Mom does not have your back. Before I leave, I just want to clarify. I was never against her having male friends or any type of friends. People are going to cheat, friends or no friends. I remember my dad saying something to me when I was a teenager. He always said, opportunity makes the thief. But I do not agree with that. Great. I also do not agree with that. Anyway, since I have the next 2 weeks off work, I'm going to figure out what to do with the wedding money, drink some booze, play games, and watch Monday Night Raw later. Peace. And edit, a couple people are asking about the car. It's a 2015, I'm not going to, no free sponsors, which she crashed 2 times. Both times she rear-ended someone. Never liked the car, weak engine, the interior feels cheap and overall bad. So for all I care, she can keep that piece of crap.
Cool.
I would have more luck throwing it off a cliff than selling it. And edit 2, her mom called me a few hours ago to check on me and to ask when she could come home and pick up X's stuff. We spoke about the car and she basically forbid me to let her daughter keep the car because 1, I paid for it, and 2, X wouldn't be able to maintain it. So I'm going to keep the car until I'm able to sell it. God help me. Or drive it off a cliff, I guess. Send it over.
That could be fun.
Over.
I've
not
seen
with you
plenty
in
of
it,
videos of
but
people
send it
sending
off.
old beat up cars over the cliff and
Yeah.
just like a whole festival for it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can donate it to that.
Do it that festival.
Yeah.
Also, some people call the story fake because they said I wasn't a real man for playing games, and yet they played World of Warcraft. To be honest, that's on me because I wasn't very clear. The real man thing was more about the pro wrestling hobby than the gaming hobby, but in some messages, they clearly mocked me for playing games. Life is Strange series. In one, I remember James saying something like, how could a grown man play such a girly game and cry? Yes, I cried playing Life is Strange. I also cried playing R2.
Red Dead Redemption 2, and I will give that a free sponsor because it's one of the best
I've heard.
narrative storylines ever crafted by humans and also one of the best games ever made.
The I'm afraid cutscene still makes me emotional. I'm a crybaby, I guess. But you're not. That doesn't make you any less of a man. And you know what doesn't make you any less of a man? Either joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube. Just tap our profile. Also, I want to thank everyone who messaged me to talk about wrestling and games. It really helped me to take my mind off everything. I haven't replied to everyone, but I intend to. If anything happens, I'll let you guys know. And that is the end of that story. But man, oh man, you dodged a bullet with that girl because she sucks.
I don't want to be
married
to a person who's even capable of doing this.
She sucks. Oh, actually, yeah. To that comment about, sharing 6 positive things versus and then going into the negative. I think that when you want to ask advice from your friends about a certain thing, like with a partner, I think that you shouldn't do if you want to continue the relationship, you shouldn't be crapping on your partner or anything and being like, oh my God, they did this and I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
It should be like, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to go through this situation and I'm looking for a little advice. Like that, I think you can ask in that way with your friends.
It's about the right friend, too.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
You can't just be going to
every friend
that
and
you
saying,
have,
look,
dragging
I hate
your
this person.
partner and then being like, what do I do?
Yeah.
You definitely, because then
Also,
you don't want all of your
disrespectful to your
friends
partner.
to think that you just
Hate that person.
and then they're gonna now have a bad
Yeah.
relationship with your partner
Yeah,
because of stuff that you told them that they really might not have even needed to hear.
exactly. And then you're still with them and they're like, why are you still with them? You don't like them.
Yeah, and it's like, no, I do like them. I
Yeah.
just tell you all the bad stuff, and I don't tell you all the good stuff because I only want to complain about the bad stuff.
Exactly.
Nobody's out here sending paragraph-long messages
Mhm.
about these are all the good things that my boyfriend did this week.
Also,
Or if you are,
yeah,
shout out to you because
Shout
that's pretty
out.
cool.
You just keep track of them. Also, if you have a problem with your partner, talk to them. Like that should be, I mean, obviously you can get advice, but at the end of the day, the advice should be leading to you having a conversation with your partner.
Yeah.
That is personally, I think
That's always
that's what
the best
friendship
route.
advice is for. It's like, how do I express this to my partner
Yeah.
effectively?